Hello. Welcome to Revival League once again. It's me, Excellent, and once again, just like last time, don't have a co-caster. We're going to be seeing the Arctic VULPES take on Firebird, and I mean, I've already casted the VULPES quite a lot. They've had their ups, they've had their downs, but let's see if they can bring a second victory to the board after the victory they got the other day. Okay, so we're on Villa. First band coming in is going to be the Nook, and I mentioned the other day as well. For this league anyway, we see a lot of Nook bans nowadays. And it's understandable. For a map of this caliber, possibly the biggest ranked map, you really need to stop operators like Nook from, well, going on the offensive in a sneaky position. Flores is going to be the second one to fall, as, of course, those drones are heavily influential to destroy any defending utility. For defender bans, I'm not really expecting too much. Maybe some defaults Valkyrie, Mirror, maybe even a Soulless. Let's just wait and see. The first one coming out is going to be a Wamai now. Didn't really expect that one, I can't lie. I do understand it, however, of course, you want to limit the amount of throwable utility that the defense can stop. The final ban coming in is going to be that Mirror, so the more default ban. Other than that, though, it's it's bans that you wouldn't really expect more often than not. Like, we see Thatcher is still available. Will he get played? I'm not too sure, of course, since the impact EMPs, his pick rate has dropped drastically anyway. But I mean, he never had a pick rate to begin with because, well, he gets banned all the time. Okay. So we're already seeing, a technical pause as someone's monitor has had an issue, it seems to be. Okay. Right. We'll just be waiting a few seconds now for his monitor to decide that it wants to work again, and we'll get into the first round. Of course, Aviator Game's going to be the first site. Operator lineup so far, quite default, of course. You've seen the Azami, still, after a season or two of her release, still so influential, so strong. You see her get picked most rounds nowadays in pro play. T2, T3, and even down here in the depths of T4, you'll see her get played quite a lot. It just shows how much influence she has across the board. And as well, the newest operator to Rainbow Six, Solus, getting brought as well, and quickly risen to the top of the operator pick as well. She's just so good. It's IQ on steroids, on defense. Unreal operator. You can just see where anyone is. Like, you can see where the diffuser is, so you can deny plants. You can see if they're on the drone, so you can run out. You can see if they've got claymores, so you decide, no, let's not run out, because you'll die. Just such an influential operator around the board. Hoping we get back into the round in just a second. There we go, his monitor is back on. Still, though, Callum's not picked an operator. He's going to get auto-locked onto 0 with, should be able to switch off if he decides to. Don't really think they're going to be wanting to bring a 0. He is somewhat used throughout competitive play. Not too much, though, but we can just wait and see. Alright. I am just wondering what sort of hold we're going to be seeing Firebird go for on their first defensive round on Villa. Don't really think this... Nowadays, there's not too much you can do to alter it. You can hold below if you want to. However, it's not really too favourable, whereas holding the horizontal angles like we're seeing here is more favourable. I really like what we're seeing Yuno do here, just running around, trying to find the drone's locations, using that solar sensor, try to get rid of as much intel that the attacking side have early on, and I mean, it seems that it is working. I mean, they've still got 9 drones in pocket, which is going to be very helpful for them throughout the round, but even getting rid of 1 early on is a potential... Well, it's a limit of the amount of intel the attacking side have. Just remember as well, the defensive side all round has more intel, as they have cameras, they can place deployable cameras, Valkyrie, all these other things, all these operators. Whereas the attacking side, they're a bit more limited. Of course, you can use that Yanarok that we see Cracked playing now, but even still, they're going to have to be more... Well, they're going to have to use it more sparsely. They're going to have to try to keep those drones alive. Anyway, the first shots are coming in, which are going to land onto Huno. And, well, he's going to be taking a little bit of damage, not managing to dish any out himself so far. The first line scan's going to come in. Defender's stuck in a position at the moment, but Yuno is now waiting at the bottom of the stairs, waiting for a player to either repel in or walk into his gaze so he can take them out. Ultra's going to be losing HP as well. So a minute into the round, not much progress being made from the attacking side. They're not really taking too much map control. Starting to take control, however, very quickly. As we'll see in the trophy statuary side starting to get taken control of. And we're going to be seeing Yuno now rotate back towards safety.
Taking a look around.
Bomb located by attack.
Still though a minute half the way into the round. Not any kills been handed out just yet. Gonna be quite difficult if the attackers can't isolate these defenders sometime soon as well. 5-man push into the site with limited time. It's not really what you want to be seeing, but I do like what they're doing here. They're cutting off the potential rotates from this defense by having a player on the 90 window. Of course, it allows them easier access to take control of 90, which is really what you want if you want to take control of that portion of the map. Still though, something that I mentioned earlier on is the potential for the Soulless to stop the plant later on, and it seems like that is potentially what he's going to want to go for later on. We're going to be seeing now the wall starting to get open. Syrup is going to be the first one to fall to you know, as he was playing below, didn't really know his location, and that's an advantage for the defending side. And Yuno finds a second in the round, taking out Ultra. Seems like they're going to be headhunting at this point, but I mean, 35 seconds, they're going to have to get ready to go for the execute. I don't really know if they have the time. They've not really set anything up. They're not really prepared to go for the execute. And you know he's not even downstairs anymore. He's now holding onto Classical Hall. He's starting to move his way up 90 now. Trying to see if he can get a nice little flank off. Callum's going to be losing a bit of HP. Not sure where that was from. Now we're going to be seeing the smoke waves going out. Yuno finds his third of the round on for an ace at this point. Can he find 4? He finds 4. However, it is Martin to get the final pick. And that is a flawless round opening up for the side of Firebird. Unreal. Beautifully played around from everyone there. I mean, the attacking side just didn't really know what to do. VULPES just fell apart. It was nice to see that they took control of the map steadily. But I mean, they hit a roadblock, and that roadblock's name is Yuno on the Soulless, and well, they're going to have to really watch out for him in the future. Of course, it's not going to be him on the Soulless this time around. That has been moved on to Martin, but regardless, not a very convincing, not a very good fight on the very first round, but I mean, well, there's still 5 more rounds to play on this half, so there is a potential for them to bring this around. Once again, we've seen quite a default setup coming in for the trophy and statue room. I just love, by the way, over the months, over the years, just how site setups develop and change as new metas are introduced and all that. It's just very interesting because, of course, originally the whole point was to like bunker up back in the utility meta days, which was a very long time ago now. But just to see how it develops, and now you have the head holes, you have feet holes, all this stuff. It just shows that the meta is constantly shifting, and who knows? In a month or two, we might see just full rotates on one of those walls. We might see bedroom get held as a viable play, but for now, that's not the case. And I've really loved this during whole peak. It's something I used to do, but he knows he's there. Will he be able to collect the kill? No, he doesn't. He does lose a bit of his HP in the process, and you shouldn't really be having someone to take care of him here. I mean, I know the army barriers are there, but it needs to be more coordinated than that, as you potentially could have got a free pick there if you played that well enough. Just have a player on the windows, use that utility like the frag grenades, and you should be golden. But no, he's alive for the moment. Frag grenade is getting cooked. It's going to get thrown. Will it find its mark? No is the answer. And you should really be finding that pick there. He had an Azami knife in his hand, and you're still not collecting that pick. It's unfortunate for them. And I mean, he's just wasting the time, of course. He's right next to the site, so the time that he displays isn't going to be as influential as if he was on the roam. But something that is really not giving me too much hope is this very linear push. We're seeing a 5-man push onto the master bedroom and the bathroom. But I mean, who knows? This could work. And we're seeing a rotate now from one of the members of the attack, so that's going to start to give me a little bit more hope for them. But never mind, as Martin, it seems like whoever's on this Soulless is going to be finding heads and cracked. Has fallen to the ground. His head has been cracked open, and well, everything has spilled out, and he can no longer have any influence on the round, other than, of course, sitting on his drones. And I mean, losing Yana, it's not a great person to lose, as she's so influential. She's going to be taking a few shots as well, and he falls. now to Hiram. May be able to get retrieved later on, but for now, it is a 5 versus 3 in favour of Firebird once again. C4 is going to get ripped. It's going to get thrown. Will it find its mark? No, is the answer. He's now safely inside of the showers. Syrup finds one for his troubles. Red Cannon finds another, and all of a sudden, this can potentially fall in favour of the VULPES. Martin, however, he's playing close on this door. He's getting ready to go for a swing. No one will be in his line of sight for now. It seems like they want him to take control of Astro, and here we are. We're seeing Ultra swing his way in. But Martin, is he ready for the player? Yes, he is, but the Lion scan will reveal his location for now. 3 versus 3. 30 seconds left. Syrup does find Huno, but Martin again with a refrag onto Red Cannon. He finds a second, but he does fall. That was 4 for him that round, I do believe, but now it's a 1 versus 1. Syrup against, well, David. Syrup and David now in this entanglement. Of course, the advantage will be towards David at this point as well. He's got to go for the plant. All he has to do is wait, bide his time, and potentially go for a deny. With 7 seconds left, he's going to have to stick it. It seems to be the case. Otherwise, well, the round is all theirs, and it's going to be theirs anyway. It's Firebird take round number 2 with a nice little swing from David. I did forget his name. I know it says Immortal MD, but I've been told to call him David, so that's all right. Just so you know. I mean, I got stuck myself, and it's a timeout already. That's interesting. 2 rounds in, of course, you want to be winning some of these attacking rounds, but 2 rounds in, is it a bit of a waste? I'm not too sure. I mean, I don't think I've ever witnessed a team use this tactical timeout this early on. Of course, they rarely... Maybe they have a better attack strategy than the defense, which they really need to... Well, they really want to put some rounds on the board quickly. They want to win... Well, these next 4, if they want to have the advantage going into the switch. A 3-3 would be acceptable as well. Not really what they want. And I mean, losing any more from this point on, again, not really favourable for them. But I mean, the rounds we have had, the first one, of course, was complete annihilation. Second one, a bit closer. We're seeing glimmers of hope for them. They're playing a lot better, but it's just... tiny little things like a bit of intel, like if your teammate is getting picked off by that SMG-11, don't follow suit. Do not allow yourself to become another victim. And I mean, anyway, playing that close to a player with the M1090 shotgun as well as an SMG-11, not really what you want to be getting yourself into. An ordeal like that usually won't favour you, unless, of course, you use the utility you have. If you've got flashbangs, use them. Frag grenades, and use them. The teamwork, however, it is interesting for them right now. The VULPES aren't doing bad. They're not doing terrible. It's just Firebird are outplaying them. Well, wonder, will that continue? And we're seeing Hiram now playing this Capcan. Should be able to just, well, potentially put a spanner in the works of the Arctic VULPES, but well, with the IQ, of course, it is cracked on that operator. Should be able to locate them, and I mean, I'm just going to say it now. If cracked hits a single Capcan, I'm going to be very disappointed.
5 seconds to go.
But we shall find out very soon. Huno's going to be playing quite closely inside of Art. He's going to be going for this spawn peak. Will he be able to find it? I'm not too sure, as I don't think a single attacker has spawned there, and that is the case. But I mean, he's not finding a kill, but he's also not getting picked off early on in the process either. I really like the amount of vertical play, vertical potential that we're seeing the VULPES have now. Of course, they've got Red Cannon on the book. You've got Sledge, well, in Ultra's hands. You've got Cracked with the soft breach charges. And then even for the hard breach as well, you've got some good operators, but Syrup's going to be the first one to fall. With the beautiful C4. Unfortunately, they couldn't collect him. I mean, just look at his HP. A single bullet from any gun, you could whisper on him and he'd die. But for now, he's going to be staying alive, being influential. Of course, he doesn't have a C4 in pocket, but still got that SMG-11, still got that shotgun. He seems going to be slinking his way now, prone into a safer location. Oh, I don't know how you're not finding him there. He was looking at the floor. He does manage to collect 2 drones, which, I mean, the droning potential is still quite high, but even still, losing that many this early on, you're not even halfway through the round, and well, you've lost quite a couple. I mean, they've still got quite a bit of influence you can use later on, but Martin's going to be there to collect a C4 kill onto Ultra. That's one of the soft breaches gone. Hiram almost gets taken down. That's 2 members now on the side of Firebird who are on a slither of HP, so this could potentially go even. Huno's lost a bit of HP himself, but not much to find the pick just yet, and Huno's going to find a pick even on the amount of HP that he's on, and Hiram finds another, and it just seems like it's all falling apart. That tactical timeout not really doing too much for them right now, and Red Cannon, now 1 versus 5. He has a capable weapon, but can he pull it off? And he went to collect his kill, and Hiram's there to swing and take him out another flawless round. Not giving me high hope, I won't lie to yous. If you're getting flawless out of 2 of the 3 rounds, there is really an issue there. I don't know what it is. You've got no one. Like, I don't know if it's a lack of refrag capability, if you're not droning enough, but it does seem like they're droning quite a bit. As well, we saw 2 drones get taken out at the same time, so it's not like the members aren't droning. Maybe it's the droning positions, or I'm not too sure, but they're VULPES now. It seems like, well, they're getting burnt alive by the Firebird, and it's something that they really need to rectify, something they really need to fix soon. As well, now they can only end this half with a 3-3 if they win 3 consecutive rounds, and with the way they're playing so far, it's not looking very likely. I mean, 3 members on the side of the VULPES still yet to get a kill, only 1 member even neutral. 4 kills in 3 rounds is not really what you want to be doing, and the thing is, all of those kills were in a single round. In that second round, of course, when they were playing on the trophy site.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Oh, we're going to be seeing Huno getting spotted out by a drone downstairs, and going to be repositioning now as well. He is quite afraid that an attacker may be coming his way, but that's not going to be the case for now. He's quite safe in his location, and we're seeing Syrup as well on this window, which I like. Again, you've got a cross angle here being held from 2 of the members. You've got one on Wolf window, you've got one on that rappel there, and it really just stops any of the defensive side from rotating towards Trophy and Statuary, if played correctly, of course. If he misses the shots, that won't be the case. Frostmat's going to be picking Callum up, but Ultra is the first one to find a pick, and that is Huno dead. And of course, we've seen him in previous rounds finding so much impact, and that's not going to be the case this time around. 5 and 2. And well, the only thing that can happen now is Frostmat's potentially snatch up another attacker's legs. I mean, they've done their job for now. I mean, they've still got half the round, which is plenty of time to prepare for an execute. Ultra's now going on this rappel. Surely you hear him getting on that Hiram. I'm not too sure that's the case, but oh, the alibi prism is going to be revealing his location, but of course he moved during that lion scan, so his location will be known as well. Question is Ultra expecting him to go for a repeat? I'm not too sure, and he's not. He's playing at the top of the main stairs now, holding an angle onto that window. But that, oh, I like that. I like what I'm seeing here. Huno potentially getting ready to go for a flank, and I mean, they've not got too much denial on their side. I mean, you've still got 4 claymores in your pocket. I mean, what are you doing with that? Place them down at least, just as a little bit of a deterrent. Even if they get shot, you'll hear that. Martin's going to be finding a pick onto Syrup. And well, 2 of those claymores can no longer be placed down. And another thing as well, you really need to take control of 90 as fast as possible. Use these EMP grenades, and now start to get the 90 wall open. Aram's going to be taking a bit of damage to a frag grenade thrown by Cracked, but still, he is standing. Question is, how much longer is that for? I mean, 45 seconds left. The attackers are going to have to get ready to go for this execute, and an impact grenade through the drone hole is going to deny them from getting that vault wall open, and that's both times they've attacked the site that's happened. Second frag grenade goes out as well. Huno's going to be losing a lot of his HP, but the time's ticking down. They're going to have to get ready to go for this execute very soon. And I don't know if they're prepared. I mean, just look at Hiram. He's still got a smoke wave in pocket, and I mean, that will deny a large area for a significant amount of time, and I don't know if they're prepared to go for this. We've seen the last line scan now making its way through. He's going to start to try to push his way into study, but it is being held by Martin. But are they ready to go for this push? It seems like maybe, but Martin's going to be finding both of the members. Huno finds one, Cracked finds a refrag, but in a 1 versus 3 with 3 seconds left, this is yet another round for Firebird. It's something of just, I need to nitpick. they take so much time stalling, not knowing what to do. It seems they're going for last second rotates, which that can't happen. Of course, you want to pinch the play, you want to pinch Martin inside a study, but you need to make these decisions earlier on. If you're hitting a roadblock, you need to be quick, snappy, make the decision earlier, start to go for the rotate, pinch these defenders, and then go for your execute. It seems like a lot of utilities not getting used as well. Both EMPs were still in pocket. Both Claymores, 4 Claymores were still in pocket. And if you're not going to be using those Claymores, don't play them. Breaching charges, I know both of these operators have breaching charges as well. Not too influential for that site, but surely a little bit more influential in that case. And if not, I don't recommend you play the operator either. Because if you've got an Ashe and a Zofia and you're not really using them to too much of the capability, I mean, they can both do the same thing, really. Surely there is a more influential operator you can play, and I mean, well, it seems like they've realised this at this point, as we're now seeing the Thatcher getting brought into play, and things like ADSs now, they can be, well, negated for a period of time, which I hope that they're going to be using that to the full capability, and I really like this. I love the drone hunting that we're seeing from the entire side of Firebird. They really want to limit Arctic VULPES' well, intel gathering potential. I mean, that is terrible. Losing 3 out of 10 of your drones in the prep phase, you can't really be letting that happen. Of course, the intel has been great for the rest of the game. Not really been losing too many, but when you 4-0 down, you really need to keep as many drones as you can alive. And I know you're not trying to get them killed, but even just taking them to site, you need one at best to find out where that site is. The rest of them, place them put them in places where you can, well, hold flanks, hold angles. Of course, when you've got someone like the Solus in play, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but regardless. Alright, we're seeing Uno now playing inside of Master. I mean, his location's known, he's going to be able to get out safely. Kiwi barriers can still get played as... It's such a power position right here. I mean, if he needs to drop down as well, that is a potential. We're going to see now one of those Zofia impacts getting used. Going to instantly get rethrown, but instantly shot back. And Callum's going to be taking a hefty chunk of damage, and Red Cannon's the first to fall on that Zofia by a player inside a study. It's really unfortunate. I mean, you really need a I don't know what the word is. You need a cumbersome attack when they're playing this site. It's nice to have a split attack where you have some players pushing study. It's quite a dangerous one if you're just trying to push Master, especially when you know that there's a player here. Still though, 4 versus 4, there's a potential for them to pull out a round. But, well, we're going to be seeing Uno finding another pick. Callum has fallen as well. Well, you give him hard breach. Has gone a jump out potential by Uno. Just get taken down. I mean, a little bit cocky, and he just paid the price for every single member of this attack inside now. Less than 50 HP. They're in a dangerous position. Uno's playing aggressively as well as he's just holding onto this window, playing inside of the closet, but he's going to make an impact hole for him to get himself out of there. And the attack inside not knowing. Oh, that is really unfortunate. I have to say, Ultra was on that. Ultra or Syrup, I'm not too sure which one it was. It was Syrup on the rappel, and I mean, if you look through the drone hole, might have been able to pick Uno off the board, but that's not really the case. And 30 seconds left. They've not made any progress inside the building just yet. And well, they need to get this diffuser planted, but oh, a nice little read there as Syrup is the one to find Uno, and a 3 versus 2. They've got the advantage. However, the push is going to have to come in soon. The Gooman's in position, getting ready to stop the side of the Arctic VULPES. However, Thatcher, like I said earlier, being able to disable these gadgets is doing so now, and the final push is going to have to come through. But does he know David's location? It doesn't seem like that's the case, as one's been found, 2 has been found. It's now 1 versus 1, but the Arctic VULPES do manage to win that one out, finally. Still, though, a very messy round for them. It seems like they just won their gunfights most of the time. I feel like it was some huge mistakes there from Firebird. Not their holding of the site itself, but more the aggression that we saw from them. I mean, when you're 4-0 up, you can afford to do a few little tricks, but doing a jump out and then still playing aggressively inside a closet would cost 2 of their players their lives. And well, that was the influential factor which ended up losing them the round, I'd say.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
But like I said, I digress, as they are still ahead. 4-1 on the defense. But I feel like, well, Siege in general, it's a defender-favoured game. So I'd expect them to pick up more rounds than the VULPES are. Of course, it depends on the playstyle, it depends on the counters as well, but...
Kona on standby. Camera feed up and running.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I am just wondering about, like, when is Soulless going to get nerfed into the ground? It's bound to happen at some point. She's so strong. Like, it's not even the VULPES' fault that their drones are getting taken out. Well, maybe that one, as he just stood right next to a drone hole.
Attackers are moving to
But-
defuse the bomb.
She's so strong that she can just deny any intel the attacking side can have, which is their most crucial element. And Huno's going to be finding the first one with a beautiful little spawn peak. Was that? Oh my! It was the basement run out. Something I've not seen in a very long time, and your primary entry fragger's off the board already. Unreal for him there. Having a disadvantage this early on is really going to put a spanner in the works for them, I must say. And David. Still playing downstairs, still waiting. Look at Cracked. Oh, I feel bad for the guy. There is one thing I do have to mention here. It's the adaptability on the side of their VULPES. They're not really doing too much to change their playstyle exactly, but I mean, they're still finding ways to push through. Like, even having a player upside down on that window, it messed the side of the Firebird up, and a beautifully timed play there to remove Huno off the board and brings it even, and now pulls ahead with Ultra taking out Huno. Again, like I mentioned last round, this aggression is getting them killed. And I mean, what seemed like maybe another 4th round for Firebird after that initial spawn peak has now been shifted completely in the favour of the VULPES, and they've got time on their side. 1 minute and 30, they're getting the wall open, and this is what I like to see, but no, as soon as I say that, David finds a C4 pick and a beautiful pick with the MPX onto Syrup. And this is back and forth at this moment. 2 versus 3 now, Firebird in the lead. And of course, time still ticks. Here's a question of the day for everyone in the chat. When will Ultra get off that rappel? He's been sat there for a great deal of time, but I mean, he's managed to find a pick from it. But now he is getting off and starting to move his way into the master bedroom. I'm sure they'll be aware that there is a player tucked away in potential for coming for a swing. He does hear him, but regardless, Martin's going to be getting the swing with the shotgun, and well, that's a 5-1-1/2 for Firebird. Not something that the VULPES are going to be too happy about, but now they go on their defense. But I mean, they're going to need to win, well, 5 rounds to be able to go on to match point, whereas Firebird, they just need 1 to pull ahead onto match point, which is, it puts the VULPES in a bit of danger. But I mean, it's happened before. We've seen a defensive side win all 6 rounds and then still lose the game. Well, this is only 5-1, so who says it can't happen now?
Stop the drone!
I like the horizontal hold that we're seeing the VULPES doing here. It is default, of course, but it's nice regardless, as it allows them to hold the map for a longer period of time, waste the attackers' time, and of course make it so that they have less time to go for this execute.
Locate a bomb and defuse.
Whoever in chat can say how many times I've just said the word time wins my admiration. Hint, the answer's 3, I think. Anyways, moving into the round itself, what am I looking to see from Firebird on this attack? I'm looking to see that aggression getting transferred over into their attacks. I want them to take control of the map quickly and isolate the members of the VULPES, but it seems like they're not going to give up easily, as they've got multiple members getting ready to go for a fight, and well, that's Cracked. He hears the Huno coming up, as well as he took out the drone behind him, gets a nice little headshot, but I mean, look at his HP. But regardless of which, even if you've got that low HP, you can still make massive impacts. We've seen that from members of Firebird earlier on. We're going to be seeing Martin now using that Gemini to open up an angle for them. Cracked has now fallen by and Syrup is soon to follow if they can manage to collect the kill. Frag grenade surely to follow, but no, he's got none left. He did throw one. It doesn't manage to, and he really wanted to collect that kill. And when I said I want to see aggression from them, that's not what I meant. That's over-aggression, if anything. The frag grenade, second one's going to get cooked. He doesn't manage to find him on that Kiba barrier, saving the lives of the VULPES. And again, mistakes from Firebird have cost them one of the members their life. And I mean, still though, half the round they've taken pretty much all map control needed to go for an execute later on, but well, it's going to be difficult for them. Plus, David's still alive on the ace, should be able to open up a wall later on, but look at the amount of utility that, well, Firebird have left. They've got 3 drones available to them, which is not really incredible for them, as, well, you do want to be having more, but with a minute left, will they even be using all these? I'm not too sure. Well, I said 3. They've got 1 now, and a C4 is soon to fall, not managing to find a kill as it gets thrown over the vault. But 50 seconds. They've got the Gemini replicator and a singular drone to locate these defenders, but we are seeing one of the members now rotates his way, and when Martin's getting kills like that, you know that it can get pulled back, as Callum is also to fall. Syrup and Ultra make it just Syrup in a 1 versus 3 now, and something that really shouldn't be happening. I talked about aggression for Firebird, but this is aggression from the VULPES, and it's costing them. The plant's going to get down, and that leaves him in this post-plant situation now. Little HP, little hope at this point. Going to be trying to find the first player inside of the study. He's watching the angle, and he can't find it, as David finds him, and that is match point on Villa for the side of Firebird. Surely at this point, the VULPES must be thinking that they're in danger. Well, they know it at this stage. It was in the back of the mind now, and now it's in the forefront. And they can't afford to lose a single round. And 6-1, you really need to be getting some rounds on the board. You really need to be fixing all these mistakes. You can't be leaving any cracks left in the wall. Patch them up and get ready to go into the next round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Activate jammer.
Bomb located by attackers.
Alright, it seems like they want to take a swing at the same site again. It's, well, I can't knock them for it. They had a good defense. Until they didn't, of course, as well. They lost too many members.
5 seconds left before insertion.
I feel like they should have just wasted out the time. Oh, wasted the clock down. Forced Firebird to push and then use that man advantage to, well, take out the remaining members and just stall time as much as possible. That didn't happen. It seems like Callum going to be going for an aggressive peek, but unfortunately there is no one on that side, and
Jammer ready to activate.
something that's really, really enticing me right now. Playing that guard, someone that you don't really see too often. He's going to be droning his teammates in as they're going to go for this entry. There he is. He's going to be moving towards the map himself, but they already have control below. And the amount of frag grenades they've got at their disposal, 6 out of potential 10, and Hiram taking out Callum. I don't know, he just walked right into that one. The first phone call is going to be coming in. And of course, if you weren't aware, which I'm sure you were if you play the game, well, Dokkaebi now affects dead players too. So Callum can't even watch cams at the moment. Well, all the members of Firebird now can, as surely the cams have been received. Syrup has been taken down as well. Frag grenade soon to follow. Surely that finds its mark. Yes, it does. Cracked has fallen as well, and it's now a 2 versus 5 already with only a minute gone in the round, and it's looking, well, it's looking a bit scary for the side of VULPES, and Yuno's getting ready to go for a swing, and he doesn't hear it, and that's a 1 versus 5 already. A potential flawless round to close this game out. Red Cannon, he's got a cannon in his hand, but the question is, can he hit the mark? He finds 1, finds 2, but the third one takes him out. It's Martin, who I must say played exceptionally in that first map. I feel like, I feel like, what was it? 14-3 is my guess. Just taking off all the players. Him and Yuno, I'd say, for a good amount of that match, absolutely on fire. I do have to give it to him. I have to give him the MVP of that match. And I mean, stats don't lie. The points don't lie. 16-2. Never mind. I closed my mouth. He's absolutely destroyed the Arctic Vulpes there. And we will be returning very soon for map number 2.
And I can't stop thinking about you, but what you gonna do? And you know I'm feeling good like that, so what you gonna do? And I can't stop thinking about you, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Welcome back to the Revival League as we are seeing the Arctic Volks take on the juggernauts that are the Firebird esports. And if you were here for the first map, well, you know what happened. If not, I'll catch you up real quick. It was a dominant 7-1 on Villa for Firebird. So, question is, can they keep up this momentum, or will it shift now in favour of the Vulpes? Can they at least bring this to a draw? First ban coming in just like last map. Once again, gonna be that Nook. Well, I said it on the first map, I'll say it again. This league hates her. And while that's going to be continuing, second ban coming in. I want to see if we can get an exact same ban from all operators, both teams. So we need a Flores. Is it going to be the case? It is. There is potential. We could be seeing the exact same banning lineup. The last two now we need is a Mirror. And who was the last one? One Mai, that was it. I mean, he completely slipped my mind. He never gets banned. Will he get banned now? No. So I really do understand the Vulpes' choice to ban out the Solus, because Solus absolutely tore them apart in that first map. Yuno and Martin both played that Solus, both shredded the members of the Vulpes apart, really limited their droning potential. And I mean, it cost them the map in the end as well. Firebird took 5 out of the potential 6 rounds on their defensive half. So getting rid of that's going to be a very big help for them. The final ban, of course, going to be the same again, the Mirror. So 3 out of 4 of the operators going to be the same bans. Something I really just want to see target bans coming in. I love to see them. I just really enjoy when you target one player specifically and take their operators away from them. I mean, but back when I used to play competitive, I remember there was one game where we banned Sledge and I think Valkyrie as well on a game on Cafe, purely to target a man named Can Be. Those were the days, but well, that's in the past. Now we talk about the present, which is the Chalet game. First site going to be played is the Basement, which is, well, just in competitive play in general, not really a site you see get played a whole lot, but I mean, props to them. I mean, they managed to win out the last game convincingly. Can't really knock their strategy just yet. In fact, I can't really knock either team just yet. I mean, it's a new map, it's a fresh start for both teams.
5 seconds to go.
Wondering what will they be able to do. Every single ADS is on their shield, which, well, gives me an inkling that they're really wanting to take control of this, and that's something that I don't really like to see there. Just running up that rock in general is such a dangerous move. As well, if you see any higher tier competitive player than this, which I wouldn't say it's too difficult to find, but you rarely ever see players contest that rock as the spawn peaks are just too powerful. But, well, they're safe this time around, so I can't really say anything bad against it. They've seen a quick manoeuvring onto this top 4. They're trying to isolate these defenders as quickly as possible, but it's going to Yuno with the ACS-12 playing this alibi to get that first pick. And, well, Red Cannon, Yerenchi Fragger on the Ash has been taken down in a quick amount of time. Now it's a standstill between Yuno and Syrup. He's going to be getting on his drone, trying to locate Yuno's location. Should be able to find him very soon, but no. The frag grenade is going to be doing significant damage to 2 of the members on the side of Volt, not taking any of them out, and Yuno does now fall, bringing it to an even 4 versus 4. But with this HP on 2 of these players, it's not looking very promising, and, well, Yuno there playing the Kaid with the TCS-12, I think that's what it's called, does manage to collect the pick onto Syrup, and a dangerous situation for the remaining members of the Vulpes. I mean, your hard breach is still alive, which is giving me a bit of hope for them, but, well, question is, how do you get rid of the electrical capability in your way? Well, the answer to that is Ultra. Playing on this OSA with the impact TMPs, but can you use them? Well, the answer is going to be no, regardless. Yes, he's still alive, but I mean, the man that you needed to stay alive with the hard breach, well, he's dead. He's cold on the floor. You know what else is cold on the floor? That diffuser for now. They're going to have to recollect that soon enough. We're seeing here David as well, still playing inside a bar, still waiting, biding his time, trying to find a pick, but I don't know if they're going to be able to drone him at this stage. Yes, Cracked has both, but they're already deployed elsewhere. And, well, I don't know where they are, so he might not have the time to move them across the map. And I mean, the 2 players that I thought would die early on due to their amount of HP, the last 2 standing, 35 seconds, make it a 1 versus 4 now as David takes out Cracked. Ultra's going to be really wanting to hunt for this refrag. He knows where this player is. Can he find the pick? 25 seconds left on the clock. Not really going to be able to make much of this, and when he's got all these defenders conversion on his locations, he's getting warbanged. I don't really think anything's going to be coming out, and we should be seeing, there it is, Firebird taking round number 1 quite convincingly. Just like the last game, it's going to be an issue for them if this is the way they're going to be playing later on. But I mean, like I said, we're only 1 round in. There is a chance for them to fix all of their problems.
Attackers need to locate and defuse the bomb.
Setting up.
Bomb located.
So last round I mentioned about basement side not being too well played across competitive play, but it didn't matter. I mean, they've showed me that it can be played and it can be won if you play aggressively enough, and that's something that, like, I don't think many teams will be able to counter. There's a reason Firebird is second at the moment. It's purely because of their aggression and their teamwork. Like, they have strategies set up, but when it calls for them to play aggressive, when it calls for swings, they will win these gunfights 9 times out of 10. And I mean, the proof's in the pudding. Just across that first map, I think we probably saw around 12 to 14 kills across the VULPES throughout all the rounds. Maybe a bit more, of course, but just in comparison to Firebird's killing capability, it's not really there so far. We've seen a very default setup coming in for the bar site. I mean, it's one of my favourite sites to hold purely because I love the setup so much. Like the shields, the teamwork, the play. It's just a joy to both defend itself or just even cast it. There's so many ways the attackers can go about it. I mean, they can take control of Master, start to move the way in. Oh no! The aggression I was talking about has costed them now as well. Yuno's going to be the first to fall, and an operator like Wamai, you need him surviving for a long period of time, of course, as he gets more magnets as the round progresses, and that's one of the members now of Firebird not being able to hold up top. Which, I mean, they can now reposition a new player to take his place, but it's still going to be a bit of a difficulty for them once the attacker side start to push their way through, and I mean, maybe not too much of a difficulty, as we've seen Hiram playing inside a split, but, well, when you get in that wall open, you're going to be in a little bit of a pickle. I mean, that room itself, it's so influential to holding onto the site, period. So if you, well, having an angle getting opened up onto it, it's going to really put you in a difficult situation. We've seen Hiram, well, he's no longer playing there. It's too dangerous for him. Oh no, Martin holding the angle, doesn't manage to cut the kill onto Cracked actually, and he's managed to get away with his life, keeping them in the advantage, and Cracked fires right back with a frag grenade, taking him out. Can he find a second? Yes, he can onto Hiram. And this is a beautiful round so far for the VULPES. They've still got a minute left. There's only 2 members on the side of Firebird left. Well, can they pull this back? I mean, Yuno's going to be able to find one to bring the fight to them, but, well, 50 seconds left. They're going to have to start to use this vertical play, as we're seeing there, as Ultra takes a Huno, and, well, 1 member left. It's all on David in a 1 versus 4, something that we haven't seen up until now. Arctic VULPES in complete control. He's getting converged on by so many angles, so many people watching him. Brad Cannon takes him down, and the VULPES convincingly take round number 2, and that is the teamwork we really needed to be seeing from them, and it's finally peering its head.
The answer to that is Ultra. Playing on this also with the impact TMP, can you use them well? Yes, it's still a lot.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Alright, they're going to be trying that site again, as they're
Located a bomb.
after their defeat in the last round, and I mean, I feel like the first thing that, started to throw them apart, started to break them apart was, of course, that initial pick, which costed Yuno his life on the Wamai. It seems like it's going to be Yuno now taking the place with that operator, playing that Wamai. Hiram's having a little bit of difficulty trying to open up that section of the wall, but he does manage to get it in the end. But I mean, I was going to mention about shotgun shells being wasted, but I mean, I don't know if this is the case, but it seems like every operator has so much more ammo than they used to. That just could be me thinking that, but it could be the truth. I'm not too sure if I'm being honest, but oh, they've lost ammo apparently. Whoa, I don't know. Maybe I've just stopped spraying so many bullets. Well, Yuna's going to be throwing the alibi bridge, but I don't know why. Yeah, panics a little bit there, and it did just end up on the floor not activating. He has collected it. He has picked it back up, and I feel like now that they've got a less aggressive player with Yuno playing on the Wamai, should be able to make more impact with those Wamai magnets, and well, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, it could spell, well, the same, but who knows at this point? Well, Yuno, just like last round, is going to be the one to get collected early on, but a refrag from David is going to be able to recollect him, and Hiram finds one as well on to Ultra. And I do need to apologise. The accent really came out there. Jeez. David. You can tell I'm a little bit northern, but oh, well, it doesn't really matter. What does matter is the deficit that we're seeing VULPES in currently. I mean, that's just a minute into the round. So, well, they've still got plenty of time available to them, but the capability to go for a split take now is, well, it's falling apart as another one falls. It's going to be Callum, who has now hit his head on the floor, and he's going to sleep forever. 4 versus 2. Minute and 30 left. Oh, one tap now from Red Cannon onto Martin. It seems like he wanted to peek it a little bit, but, well, he's going to fall as well, and half the round left. Still got plenty of progress they need to make before this execute comes in.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Rotate coming in from Red Cannon now. Hiram's going to be taking a little bit of damage from elsewhere. Of course, that must have been Syrup shooting through the window in towards the site. Potentially, I'm not too sure on that one. Oh, nice little claymore. Will they catch anyone? Probably not. As he does know it's there, but he won't be able to remove it. I wouldn't believe. And still 40 seconds. That's a decent amount of time for them to go for this execute. And World Capital still got so much utility. And well, that first smoke baby is going to be getting shot out as he pre-placed it. But I'm not sure if they're aware of Syrup's location. If not, this could be an issue for them. Yes, it is, as Hiram's going to be getting taken down, bringing it even at a 2 versus 2. 20 seconds, the time is ticking down. They're going to have to try to get inside the site. They are in. Oh no, Yuno's missing all his shots. However, David ain't missing any. He finds one. The refrag's there, but oh my god. The frag grenade, the impact grenade gets thrown last second by Yuno, and it does collect the kill. A little bit of a trade there. However, yes, we did see FIREBIRD win that round, and I do believe they are now 2-1 up, yep. However, I do like what I'm seeing from the VULPES. They are starting to, well, bring this man count even. The only issue is, when they're getting this opening pick, they need to keep that advantage.
Attackers need to locate and defuse. Attackers have located a bomb.
Alright, we're returning back to the basement site now for the second time around. I mean, they went in the first time, absolutely destroyed the VULPES. So, well, if it's not broken, don't fix it. As the saying goes, I do believe, and I'm sure at this stage, the VULPES should know. We need to make a massive change. And well, the massive change that they're going to make is going to be a quick plan. I absolutely adore the setup they've got here. You've got a thermite to open up the breach. You've got a blitz to rush his way in potentially, get the plant down. You've got glass to cover. The only issue that I can see, spelling doom, is of course the man, the myth, the legend, Martin, playing this warden, which Surely if you know that they've got a warden, you shouldn't be going for it. He knows what's going on. This man's a prophet. You can see it coming. The wall's going to be getting opened up. Here comes Blitz. The choo-choo train has started. And it's been shut down just as quickly. I'm not really sure what was going on there. He's got his glasses on. He's got his little goggles. And Glass has been taken down completely. And the thing is, he couldn't even see properly. Callum just found a refrag. His C4 just gets shot out of the air. And oh my god. That's just another round. Make it 4th. And it's a quad kill at 2 with the SMG-12. Can he get the ace? No, he cannot. Regardless, though, that man is a god. What is going on, honestly? Not even a minute into the round. 2 versus 1. Cracked stuck outside. They know where he is. Not much he can do here. And Huno's still got a deployable shield in his pocket that he can place down. But, well, Cracked has a deployable shield of his own with the Osa shield. Still, though, so many angles he's got to be wary of. He's going to be able to collect the diffuser. But the question is, can he find these 2 remaining picks? I mean, they're getting ready to go for a swing on both of them. And he doesn't collect one. Huno takes him down. And that's a quick round. And just like last map, Martin is showing that there is levels to this game, and he is clearly on top.
Collected early on, but refrag from David.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Alrighty. Seems like they're finally deciding to go to the top floor. It's been due at some point. 3-1 up. They're in they've got quite the advantage so far, and an operator that we've not seen in a very long time. The Doc is getting brought out to play, as well as Castle, of course. The thing with Doc, he's actually a very viable operator now. Some would even argue better than Thunderbird, since his major buff, of course, he now has the Bailiff, as well as the fact that, well, his Doc Sims now do a significant amount of healing. I think it's 120 per stim, and it can overheal by 20 as well, which is quite incredible, I must say. David's going to be going for a late barricade on to that window there, but no one there is to collect him, as of course they've all spawned towards the campsite. It seems like they're going to be stacking up towards this. They're going to be trying to take control of Stellarium first, take control of, surely they're going to try to take Trophy as well before they start to push the way up the Stellarium stairs, which is, well, it's the more favoured attacking style nowadays than taking control of Library. Well, but that's what I've seen to be the case regardless. But the question is, will they be able to take control? I mean, when we're seeing Hiram playing with the TCSG at the bottom of those stairs, it's a beautiful weapon. And you've got the phone book suppressor, and of course, suppressors now, they don't really give you much of a hindrance. In fact, they give you an advantage. The damage range has not been altered anymore since the change. He's got a C4 in pocket that he can use to throw on towards the frame of that window. Question is, will he? We'll just have to find out very soon. He's still just holding onto this window, making sure that they can't swing their way in. But we are seeing contention in the basement. Well, potential contention. The Syrup starting to make his way, which is going to, of course, oh my god, I was going to say, this is of course going to make it so he can't rotate his way back upstairs, but it doesn't matter. He's landing the shots and he's potentially getting a second. I don't really understand why you're in the center of that window. The C4's going to hit the frame of the window, not managing to collect a kill. They know he's in this corner. Sure, they can collect him, but no. An unfortunate event there as Cracked was getting ready to throw that frag grenade. Does get taken down, but Red Cannon is there to collect Uno, bringing it a little bit more even. You've still got your hard breacher on the board. You've still got a soft breach. You've still got 2 frag grenades. Never mind as well, your hard breacher. Callum, he's dead. He's out of the game for now. Uno's going to be taking a bit of damage from the frag grenade, but should be able to just heal himself back up with the remaining stim he has left. And there it is. Now back up to full HP. 2 versus 4. Minute left on the clock. Not really any progress being made, and I'd say that's that's the major issue that we see from VULPES. The hard breach capability never gets used to a high potential. Well, I mean, I feel like it might be too late for them to, well, use it correctly, and I mean, I do believe they've still got a tactical timeout for this game. I don't believe they've used it just yet. Of course, they did use the last one they had early on into the last map, round number 2. well, after round number 2 even. Ultra's going to be taking a gunfight here, not managing to find any shots. I mean, neither player do. Red Cannon, however, easy in his shots. Bringing it to a 2 versus 3. Potential now with 15 seconds left, though. They're going to have to go for a rush play. Ultra's going to be losing a lot of his HP, and he has the diffuser, so it's going to be a bit tricky for him. Juno does take out Red Cannon, and with 7 seconds left on the clock, still sat outside. He's not winning this one, and that is a 4-1 lead now for Firebird. Martin does manage to take him out with that deagle. Seems like he's very confident in his ability, and well, at this stage, he should be. Both maps absolutely dominating the scoreboard. Okay, the final round now of the attacking half for the VULPES.
Protect your bombs.
I've seen moments where they're really shining, they're working as a team really well, but I've also seen moments where they're really separated, not really working too well together, and where it seems like they're just playing a little bit of solo plays, and I feel like they are just asleep a little bit occasionally. There are just players who haven't really shown up during both of these maps. I feel like, of course, when you're playing Hard Breach, you shouldn't really be getting the most amount of kills. Your job is to get the walls open, but even that's not been done quite a lot of the time. It seems like silly mistakes that shouldn't really be happening are happening. I mean, having 2 members down that window, you can't really be allowing that to happen. And even when the first one dies, there needs to be a player there to get the refrag. It's not been the case, and it shows why Firebird are on top so far. Well, the final site for the defensive half of Firebird is going to be kitchen and dining, and whenever you hold this site, it's a known fact you need to take control of upstairs as well. It's basically identical to holding master bedroom. The only issue is well, that's not the site. You have to be aware of kitchen and dining as well. A lot more so than the master bedroom itself, but with so much vertical play, it's detrimental to keep a hold of that as long as possible. Quick progress now getting made for the side of the VULPES. Have taken control of the complete second floor of the south side of the map, of course. Well, what can they make with that? Of course, a minute is off the board. Cracked is going to be the first one to find the pick onto Martin, and that player I've been talking about is now off the board. But whoa, Red Cannon finds a second one onto David, leaving them in a 3 versus 5. Make it a 4 versus 3, as you know, with the Alder. Takes down Syrup, and everyone knows the Alder goes Burr, and well, he's showing that is the case. And Red Cannon's going to be a slither of HP away from that impact grenade. Yuno's suppressing fire as he's walking his way back, keeping himself alive. Cracked has lost a significant amount of HP and now gets collected by Yuno. Not sure how, as I'm not sure exactly where he was, but 3 versus 3, minute 20 on the clock, and well, we're now seeing Callum on the hard breach doing a great job with that utility, getting up the wall upstairs open, which is going to allow them easier access to take control of the top floor. But Yuno going to try to get rid of that Oath Shield with the impact grenade. Is he successful? No, just by a hair. But the time is ticking ever so slightly. I mean, a minute left. They need to take control of the top floor quickly if they're wanting to. But it seems like no, they're just going to abandon it and see if they can push their way into the site. Well, they need to get rid of the Kaid core before they can get this wall open. And of course, well, the frag grenade is going to... Whoa! The frag grenade gets thrown but doesn't find it. Where is it? There we go. The second one does manage to get rid of it. But with this vertical play that the defenders can use on the reverse, it's going to be a bit difficult. Hiram gets taken down, but no, you've got Ultra holding it. Doesn't manage to find a pick. Potential for a plant to come down. Yuna's playing really aggressively here, pushing his way up the site. Surely the Yana up or a drone is going to find it. Now they know his location. Still, though, we never see him not playing aggressive. Going for the swing. Does get taken down, leaving Yuno in the 3 versus 1, playing quite a deep angle, and he does have the weapon to be able to find these picks. Finds one. Can he find the planter as well? Ultra is on his own. He's potential to stop the plant, but he's not pushing his way up. And from behind, Ultra manages to take him down, and that is a massive mistake. Of course, the Silk 4 too, but the red ping really threw him off there, as he thought that Ultra was still playing in a safe position stopping the plant, but that's not the case. He managed to rotate his way around and find the pick, and that could have been a done deal for Firebird, potentially going 5-1 up again, but it seems like that is not going to be, well, that's not the story. The tale of the tape is different. Now we move on to the Arctic Vulpes' defense, and a 4-2 split. It's all right. It's not incredible, but they can manage with it, hopefully. First site is going to be Bar and Games.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
As designed, FIBA activated.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Alright, that default setup I've been talking about that I enjoy so much, it's going to be getting used here. Of course, there are little alterations you will see from team to team, from player to player. The one thing that I don't really like to see is not bringing a Frost, because Frost is honestly the best operator to bring to this site, purely because the fact that she makes the attackers make a decision. Do you jump in? And do you take the risk of shooting the player and getting the pick? Or do you look down to get the Frost map but potentially get taken by surprise from said player? And the fact that she's not here, well, that's not going to be happening this time around. And Firebird taking control quite quickly with the drone, droning his teammates into Solarium very quickly. And comparing to the attacks that we saw from the Vulpes, this is a complete alteration. The fact they've got a pincer attack as well, as players are going for library, it's going to be an issue for them. And, well, it's Martin to get the first engagement, and, well, he does not miss. Beautiful shot onto Syrup, and Wamai's dead. And I said this earlier on, when we saw Firebird on their defense. Keeping Wamai's alive is something that you certainly need to do, but Cracked has managed to get a refrag, bringing it to a 4 versus 4. However, only, well, a minute has gone, and they've already taken so much control. They've opened up the hard breach into the long angle. It's going to be a bit difficult for them to counter. I mean, the only denial you had was a Wamai, and he's off the board, leaving, well, there's no room for ADSs, as Jaeger's not being played, and it's going to be quite a tricky one for the defensive side when so many frag grenades can get thrown. When, well, Yuno does manage to find one, and finds a second onto Red Cannon as well, leaving a 2 versus 4. Frag grenade now getting cooked, but it's found its mark. I'm not too sure. The answer is no. Callum's going to be repositioning towards dining. I don't know. He wants to play aggressive. He wants to help his team. His position's known. The drone's going to find him out as well. Now he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, it seems. But no, he's going to be working his way around. He hears the bait from the drone, and I don't think anyone falls for those anymore. But, well, he's going to be actually using that replicator. It does get taken down, and, well, that was the bait as Martin was there to collect the pick onto Callum. Juno finds its third on the round. And that puts the members of Firebird one step closer to ending this series at 2-0. Something I've not really seen from the Vulpes, just in general, from all the games I've seen, is consistency. Sometimes they play absolutely incredibly, and other times it seems like they get outmatched, they get outplayed. I feel like the major issue is, well, entry. If we do have entry stats, which I'm not too sure we do, I can guarantee Firebird take them on all accords. As it's very rare, well, this map anyway, of course, Villa, it was a little bit different. I mean, a lot of the time we saw Vulpes finding that opening pick, but I mean, they still didn't manage to pull out the rounds in the end. And I mean, they've done it a couple of times this game, but more often than not, we are seeing the members of Firebird get that opening pick. Just look at the last round.
5 seconds to go.
Martin with the beautiful opener. Well, Martin got, well, not the closing kill, but one of the closing kills, and it's something that you can't really be happening. Like, your entry fragger needs to be the one to get these opening picks, and it's not been happening too often. Of course, Red Cannon he's been playing aggressively. He's been doing his job very well. I mean, he's the only member on that going positive. 7 and 6, and of course followed then by Ultra on 5 and 5. But it just, things like this cannot continue to happen. These mistakes can't continue to happen. And when you've got players going 2 and 5 and 1 and 6, something is wrong. Seems like they possibly had a drone. As you know, now is going to be throwing the frag grenade. Surely that finds its mark if he doesn't retreat. Does manage to get away with his life and somehow doesn't take any damage, but he does dish out some damage as Cracked finds the first one onto Martin. And that opening pick I've been talking about, well, it goes in their favour, but you know he's there. You know who he is. You know that he's going to get that refrag straight off the bat. Bringing it to a 4 versus 4. Early on, make it a 3 versus 4 as the frag grenades find their mark as well, and while the ADSs aren't catching those, the second one soon to follow, but there is nobody there as it does bounce off the top of the door frame. But an early advantage for the side of Firebird. We're seeing Syrup now starting to snake his way throughout the basement, potentially going for a late flank here if he does not get droned out. As long as he keeps himself, well, his identity a secret for now, he should be able to make some impact later on. It seems like he's potentially going for a full rotate. Firebird control is now completely in the hands of Firebird, and not a single member of the VULPES can do anything about it. Of course, they've got no form of C4s left, but Syrup on the flank takes out Hiram, bringing it even for now. A minute left on the clock, and what seems like plenty of time is now dwindling down to not too much. They've got the control they need to potentially go for drop later on into the site, go for this execute, but all remaining members on the side of the VULPES holding ready, but maybe not still, as Ultra takes a significant amount of damage trying to rotate his way through the site. He's now stuck in coat room, and surely they know roughly his location. David with his drone now is going to be spotting out Red Cannon playing inside of the site. Jones still not been noticed, which you really need to be seeing that. I mean, an operator that could have stopped that, which obviously can't because the banned out is soulless. He's going to be taking the shots towards Red Cannon as the location is known. Well, roughly 15 seconds though. They're going to have to jump in the site. They're going to have to drop the hatch very soon. It's going to be coming in just now as he drops the hatch, but Red Cannon's not able to find the fix. Syrup just found one. Red Cannon falls. I did not expect to see that happen. They're going to have to go for the stick now. And what all they have to do now is just deny this plant, but you got Huno holding it, but from above, Syrup takes him down, and that is the man of action. That is someone who made such significant impact, finding 3 picks on the flank, and then from above to stop the plant. That is what you need, VULPES. Alright, yeah, they are starting to show signs of a potential comeback. Maybe they can bring it to 7-5 as long as they stop the push of Firebird, stop them from getting any more rounds thus far. And it is possible. They're showing they can get these opening picks. The only thing they need is to hold on to them. Once you get the opening pick, play off your advantage. There's no need to play too aggressively. You don't want to get the refrag coming in, as we saw last round with getting that early refrag straight away. But they must be so thankful that friendly fire isn't on during prep phase anymore, because if it was, that would really be unfortunate. That's a change that I like as well. The fact that you can't just absolutely murder your teammate in prep phase anymore. Of course, it is more realistic. You can never survive a headshot from that range in real life. But this isn't real life. This is Rainbow Six Siege. It's got a lot of bugs. It's got a lot of unrealistic gameplay mechanics. Just look at Iana. She's the biggest one, I'd say. A replicator that you can't walk through. Ooh. Doesn't really make sense to me. Oh, the developers. They just think of a gadget like, yeah, let's make this. I mean, just if you've seen the new leaked operator, I'm not going to mention it because it's a leak, of course, and it's nothing is confirmed. That's going to be hell for everyone. Competitive play, casual play, everything. I just hope it's not true, but I mean, it looks so real. and I've seen gameplay, so it probably is Martin, and he's moving his way up the stairs, but he's going to decide to retreat, which is probably the smart move as well. He more than likely would have fell there, but even still, to remain uncontested for so long, it's a shock to me. But you know what? It must be the fact he couldn't hear anything over the sound of my voice. I know he can't hear me. It is a bit of a joke, but anyway, Callum going to be losing pretty much all his HP now. He's walking on crutches at this point. However, even with crutches, you can make a huge impact. Derek's going to be getting rid of that drone, and I mean, can he make the same impact as last round? Who knows? Half the round's gone. Not much progress being made towards the site, and Red Cannon's going to be using the cannon that I mentioned to take out Hiram. 5 versus 4 early on. Well, not early on, sorry, late in, and well, frag grenade is going to be finding its mark, getting the injure, but the revive should be able to follow very soon. You know what can't follow? You can't revive Ultra. Red Cannon is not going to be picked up, actually. I do believe maybe he was getting shot at from an undisclosed location. By undisclosed, I mean, I'm just not too certain. Crack's going to find one as well onto Well, even if in a 3 versus 2 at the moment, as well 4 versus 2, as now Red Cannon is retrieved, and this is beautiful. This is what you really need to be seeing from the side of Arctic VULPES. 45 seconds. No frag grenades left in the pocket, and Syrup playing a rat's location finds both of them, and just like the last round, huge impact towards the late round, and he's really showing his colours there, and a tactical timeout now for Firebird, as they really need to think of what they can fix as well. But now seeing the VULPES creeping up on them, just 1 round behind. Alright, the tactical timeout will be coming to an end shortly, and if I'm being honest, I don't really think Firebird are making too many huge mistakes that are costing them the round. I just think they're getting outplayed at the moment. The VULPES are waking up, starting to arise from their slumber, starting to put rounds on the board, but the question is, can they continue this momentum? Of course, well, that's 2 rounds in a row for them. Well, the first one was a little bit shaky, but that round just there, so convincing. It was in their hands from the moment it began. They knew what they were doing. They played it well, but the question is, can they bring this over to the snowmobile garage? And the interesting thing is they've got no wall denial, and they've got no denial in general. You've got no Jaeger, no One Line, no Bandit, no Kaid. Well, it seems like they're possibly going to be playing for an aggressive player. We've seen so many Romas. We're seeing the Oryx, which is, well, the most favoured aroma, as well as the Alibi. Seems like Callum is learning as well from, I think it was Martin earlier on, or whoever it was playing that Warden on the side of Firebird. Well, they're going to replicate that, see if they can pull out the same amount of impact. Goyo as well, an operator that we're just now seeing come into the fray. As, well, those Goyo canisters are incredibly powerful. He's one of my favourite operators just to play on sites like these. Once you shoot those, it's denial for a good 15 to 20 seconds, which is unreal, and he's got 4 of them. The only thing is, you need to be able to shoot them to find good use of them, which, I mean, they're opening the head holes, so there is large potential for that to happen. And I really like the amount of, like, they're holding so many areas of the map. Will it be enough? I'm not too sure. Seeing now the Factory MP coming in, allowing them to open up the wall, but there was nothing there to begin with, so they are going to be safe and sound for now. Early progress being made, of course, but can they continue to make progress is the question. The drone is going to get taken out by Ultra, playing inside the site. And, well, that's a 5. 4 or 5 out of 10. Yeah, 4 out of 10 drones already gone. And, well, the first pick's coming in. Ultra playing that Goyo is going to be the first to fall. And now we're seeing them take control of Trench, starting to make their way through. The C4 is going to go out, but no! As he goes to detonate it, Martin finds his head in a 3 versus 5. The tactical timeout may have been working, but Syrup, once again, showing that he can play this game, showing that he can hit his shots, finds a refrag onto the Thermite. But you mind, you've got a backup hard breacher, you've got the ace, and Martin takes down Cracked, leaving them in a 2 versus 4. Syrup and Red Cannon both off site. Tall task at hand. They're going to have to really work together here, and I don't know what you were thinking there, Red Cannon. Well, the call's not there, I'm not too sure. 1 versus 4 for Syrup. I mean, he's made huge impact. But well, the impact he's going to have to make this round to bring them the win. Maybe it's too much. 40 seconds left on the clock, and he can't find the first one. Huno takes him down from the prone position. And now that is match point. Series point for Firebird. And I mean, that was a nice little shot. I could barely see him. Everything to play for her. VULPES against the wall. And I mean, it is a tall, strong wall. Can they penetrate this wall? Can they bring Firebird to heal? We'll just have to wait and see. And will we see the Firebird incinerate the Arctic VULPES? Will fire beat out the ice? Who knows? At the moment, it does seem like Firebird are, well, taking the lead. Just have to wait and see. Gonna be trying the same site again, potentially for the last time, unless they can bring the round to them, bring the aggression to them. That's what we really need to be seeing. We saw how aggressive they can be. We saw how it can work for them. There's also moments where they make huge mistakes, and I feel like a game changer last round could have been that C4. Callum would have thrown it, potentially found 2 picks, but Martin was too quick on the draw, and it got them the round. I am starting to think maybe all this vertical play isn't necessary for now, as we're seeing Firebird completely negate it. They're not even trying to push it. They realise when there's so many members off site and there's a potential to push downstairs, they're going to do it. Alright, they are now aware that there is a player outside that trophy window. Of course, it being the Osa. Martin. He's done so much impact throughout these 2 games. I keep bringing his name up, but there's a reason for it. Yes, he's not top fragger this game, as that has been taken. The mantle has been taken by Huno so far, but he's not far behind. And I mean, his KD throughout these 2 games must be incredible. Martin does take a little bit of damage there. By Ultra on the Goyo, he's now quick peeking with this TCSG. Such a powerful weapon. But question is, who's better? Not too sure. I feel like he meant to get on a drone there, but accidentally pulled out his gadget. But oh well, the main breach has been opened up, and that just gives fear to the members of the VULPES. Even if there's not a player there, it's still a danger. Huno is going to be finding his first of the round. Syrup as well, just like last round, from the same position, finds a pick as well to bring it even. And well, Crack's going to find one as well onto Martin, and finds a second onto Huno as well. That's 2 from this round. We're going to see the last 2 members, Hiram and David. Now the impact grenade goes out to destroy the Osa shield, which is going to leave them a bit more revealed. The wall is now getting opened up, but they decide against it, as it would just give them an extra angle to get aggressed onto. But interesting play there. Destroy the first one, and then use the second. Maybe they weren't ready for the breach, which is fair enough, but the pings are coming out for the member on the flank, and, well, surely at this point, Syrup is aware that he's coming up as the proximity alarm goes off. A minute left on the clock. They've got time. They've got drones. Can they use them effectively? I'm not too sure. Callum playing above as well. This seems like a really difficult situation for the remaining members of Firebird, and could be made even more difficult if Syrup manages to find a pick there. But Hiram's going to be opening up this breach now, giving them a long angle throughout the site. First go canister is going to get popped, denying the doorway, but he should be able to just run through the breach if he decides to. The holding angles, they're not really playing aggressively, which is really what they need to be doing, and there it is. Hiram finds one onto Cracked, does get refragged. The drone has been, well, it's been noticed that there is still Callum playing above on the Warden, but 15 seconds, not got the diffuser. I don't think he's going to be able to make any impact at this time.
10 seconds to go.
And there it is. The member he droned out is the one to take him down. Seems like he completely forgot. He didn't have the diffuser in hand there regardless, so he wasn't winning that one. And we're edging ever so closely to a potential overtime. All they need now is one more round. And then we'll send it into overtime, and VULPES can potentially bring it to a win. Of course, they can't win the series at this point, as well they are best of twos. However, can go away with a draw, and at least get a point to their name for the series.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Impact is gonna happen.
Listen, get on! Razor wire deployed.
Right. The site that needs to save them is going to be Master and Office. Last time they played this site, I don't really remember, if I'm being honest. Oh no, yes I do, of course I do. That was Syrup's Impact, prone like a rat in the bathroom, but I mean, who doesn't like being a rat in the bathroom? I certainly do.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
I don't know if that was early contention there, potential spawn peak being cracked or not, but nothing's going to get found on either side just yet. Which, well, you wouldn't really expect early on, but it has happened. There has been a spawn peak. I mean, just look at the final round, or the final rounds even, on Villa, with the run out you saw in basement. I mean, it can happen. It's not happened, but it could. I don't really think Arctic would want to risk it at this stage. They want to get this round. They want to bring it to overtime. And honestly, with their performance on the first map, if they win this, it will be a shock. Purely because we saw how good FIREBIRD were on Villa. We saw how good they can be on this map, but we've also seen what VULPES can do. But they really need to keep this momentum going. They really need to put the rounds on the board, and Syrup, the man of the hour, is the one to find that opening pick. He's done so much so far in this game, and he'll continue it. Taking out the Thatcher. Frag Grenade does take him out of commission for the remainder of this round, bringing it to a 4 versus 4. Has he done enough? Not too sure. Losing him, of course, isn't really the most detrimental as well. The ADSs still remain vigilant. They still are in use for the remainder of the round as long as they haven't not been destroyed. So, not too much has been lost thus far. The drone's going to be spotting out Red Cannon inside a bathroom. They know his location, but I saw this in Pro League, the exact angle being held, and the exact same things happened. Callum's going to be the one to collect that down, but giving them the advantage with a minute remaining on the clock. You've still got your hard breach, you've still got Yano, you've still got the potential cause of the Dokui. The wall is now getting breached open. Can they deny it? I'm not too sure, but you know what they can deny. They can deny his life. Cracked finds a pick now onto David, and 4 versus 2. Arctic VULPES showing us what they're made of, and well, Cracked is going to be losing a significant portion of his HP, but 45 seconds, they're going to have to go for a push soon. Seems like it's going to have to be a stack up towards Solarium, but that's not going to matter. Red Cannon, he's better with the weapon. The DMR battle is over, and he's taken the spoils. He's victorious, but not victorious just yet for the round. As you know, 1 versus 4. Potential to win them the game here and now. I mean, he's got 15 seconds, so it doesn't look very likely. He doesn't know where any of the members are. He's going to try to push his way into the side, but Red Cannon once again finds the pick and brings us into overtime, something that I didn't think would happen after the first half. We just saw how good FIREBIRD were, but this second half of the game, VULPES have been the superior team by a mile, I must say. Like, they've started to wake up. They're working as a team and getting these opening picks. They've swayed it in their favour, and something that I thought would potentially be a done deal very quickly in this map as well is, well, I've been proven wrong. 6-6 overtime, just a couple more rounds, and one of these teams will take this victory home.
Attackers need to locate and defuse the bomb.
Whoa, secured! You can stop worrying about grenades now! Shoot it if you need it. Wall secured! Electric is active. Explosive ready!
Alright. Gonna be seeing
10 seconds.
Firebird head to the basement. We know how good they are in this site.
5 seconds
Defended it
left.
twice, won it twice. First time in considerable
Locate and defuse the bomb.
victory with losing 0. If it were 1 maximum of their players.
Playing my trump card.
But will this new awakened Arctic VULPES be able to take them on? I feel like they could, as long as they roam click correctly. They get the opening pick still. I mean, we all know that the majority of the attacker weapons do trump the defender weapons. But the only thing that gives the defenders the advantage is the angles. They can hold corners like we're seeing here by which can then give them the advantage. The drone's going to be spotting him out, and the prone angle isn't enough. As Ryuno takes out Cracked, he's going to be running for his life now, trying to keep himself alive. Rotate through Solarium and get into a safer location, and he's managed to do so. Should be able to get back to the site, of course. He will be on this amount of health for the remainder of the round, but the fact he's alive, the fact he's got this C4 and his guns in hand, his IQ, should be able to give them that advantage. I mean, only a minute's gone. They're starting to take control of the map. Red Cannon stood still. What's he doing? Is he turning on his cheats? Who knows? Let's see. Will he get a wallbang? I very much doubt it, but they're going to start to open up the floor, start to give themselves an angle onto the stairs so that they do not get flanked up the basement stairs. So this should be fine for now.
By attackers.
Still got half the round to play with. Still got plenty of time to start to make a move.
Going live.
The only issue that I see with their attacks, just in general, is they bring very little capability to open up walls, and C4 is going to get ready to get thrown. They just need the ping to call the player playing above, and it seems like now they're all sat out on a form of concrete. The walls are now going to start to get opened up with the Hibana pellets, which may be enough to just having the angle, but I said it earlier, you can still make impact, and there it is. Flanking upstairs from the west main, finds yet another pick, bringing it to a 3 versus 5. I mean, 50 seconds, they're going to have to make a play soon. They've got the hatch open, they've got the wall open, they've got the angles potential to get set up, but the 2 members down, they're in this deficit. It's going to be tricky for them. It is possible. We've seen it happen. Question is, can they bring this round? I mean, they've got the momentum from previous rounds, but I don't know if momentum's going to be enough, and Callum doesn't manage to collect the kill, and oh my, Syrup gets 1, but is instantly refragged out by Martin. 2 versus 4, 20 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to push now, and they're not pushing the same angle. Callum's going to be taking a couple shots towards the side, towards the player, not managing to fire anything. However, Martin once again finds yet another pick. He's going to be peeking the hatch, does manage to take Martin down, but 7 seconds left in a 1 versus 3. Going to have to try to stick this plan. Isn't even able to get onto the side. The TCSG in Hyam's hands. He's going to be taking him down, going to be retiring him from the round. Match point. Well, overtime match point now for the side of Firebird. Just need one more round to close this off and to send VULPES home with a devastating defeat on this second map. However, if the VULPES manage to take this one, we'll go into the final round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse the bomb.
Alright, we're seeing them now, preparing for a lively push by opening up all these walls. We've seen this every single round. Every time that this site or even the bar site have been held onto. This is the default hold that we do see. Very nice little setup though. It seems like they're going for a heavy amount of denial, a heavy amount of time wasting. Of course, you've got the Aruni with the Surya gates. You've got Mute to deny their drones and deny walls getting opened up. Castle, of course. We know Castle. We know what he does. Again, though, the interesting thing is they don't like to bring too much denial, wall denial. Of course, you got Mute. That is his job for this round, but there's no form of denial for any form of utility. It seems as well, Yuno was very confident there'd be no one in the basement, and well, he's not going to be the first one to fall. It is his teammate on Yuno. It's not Yuno, it's Huno. The first one to fall. I might be saying it wrong, not too sure. It's Huno or Huno. I've been saying both throughout this match. You know how he's going to be slinking his way downstairs, starting to get himself in a position so he can make heavy impact with that skeleton key from below if he decides to. Seems like a Solarium take is what they're wanting to do. Ultra playing inside this bathtub. We've seen it in previous rounds. Of course, it was Red Cannon playing here earlier on. But that's not going to be him this time around. Here he is. The man I've been talking about from quite a while, Martin, is going to be getting a refrag onto Cracked. A little bit late to really call it a refrag. The frag grenade does not find its mark. It was in prime position, but Ultra had since moved and from below misses his shots. Quite unfortunate, but he's still alive. The Lion Scanner now going to be coming out, making his way through, making him stay still, but he's safe for now. Half the round depleted. Still got quite a task ahead of them, and Yuno's just ran his way up Solarium and taken Ultra off the board, leaving them in a 3 versus 4 in this deficit. They need to win this round. Otherwise, they are sent home without a point, which is not really what they want. And Yuno does get taken down by Red Cannon, who is a monster on the DMR. Syrup is the one to fall to Martin. The guy does not miss. Well, David finds one, leaving Red Cannon now. He's done so much, but can he do a little bit more for them? The plant is going down. He's not looking to his right, and he does get taken down by Martin. Firebird take both maps. That's a 2-0 victory for them. VULPES fought well, but they did not fight well enough. And Martin absolutely picks them apart, both maps. I do have to say, valiant effort from them though, but they just weren't able to pull this victory out.
So what you say? Saw them other guys that were posted up in your way. They was coming at you really up in a rave. Hey, baby girl, look out to space. In special moments, I'm saving them for the day. Let me take your hand, baby girl, you never know though. In the night, moving around and taking photos. And I got a whip, baby, it ain't no metro. And we sounded like a combo. You got that style everybody likes. We'll light it up, take a look at the sky. Cause we're feeling the vibe, feeling the vibe, feeling the vibe. Under these midnight lights. They were frozen. Baby, take it in for the moment. Don't got time, so we goes in. Driving the whip like it's stolen. Gotta look out, they patrolling. Loving the way that we roaming. Yeah, give me a time and I can pick you up. On my way to you, got me lifted up. Then I came around in my sister's truck. Had me thinking, oh girl, is this enough? What am I really saying, baby girl, you look amazing. Got me in a trance like I'm staring at a painting. And I'm happy that you never ever kept me waiting. And you real, ain't no faking. You got that style everybody likes. We'll light it up, take a look at the sky.